Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. We're going to have to hold each other on this one, hug each other, support each other, do what we got to do, because right now we're all feeling down. Why? Because this has happened. How has this happened? How has this happened? And I say this in a big way because this should not have happened. If Chelsea are playing badly, or we're just not creating any chances whatsoever, or we're struggling to get past the midfield, or we can't string passes together, we can't do anything, and it finishes 1-1, I'd be like, you know what, I ain't got a problem with the scoreline because of the way that we played. Today was a case of the complete opposite. Complete domination. Complete total control of the possession of the ball, of moving it forward. Complete control of having the ball in and around Burnley's box. Chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And we come out with this scoreline. We come out like this. That's not good enough. It is just not good enough. And what's crazy is looking at that first half, the way we went into that and the way we started, and especially after getting that first goal, we're all looking going, okay, that's it. Floodgate's going to open. It's going to get easier. We'll get a second and a third, and it'll keep going. And yes, we had chances that were blocked, chances that were, all sorts, Nick Pope, whatever you want to call it. But we really should be killing games like this off. And if we're not, there's a problem. There's a problem. Look, the standards at this club are very high right now. We are trying to win the Premier League title. That is what we're trying to do. We're not trying to hover about and let's get top 4. That's not us anymore. That was us, yeah? We lived it. We wore the t-shirt. We've taken it off. We've thrown it in the bin. We're done with that lifestyle. Done. Finished. It's like when someone goes out raving for about 10 years straight and then they go, you know what, I think I'm going to call it a day. That is exactly what we've done now with top 4 and living that sort of life. We're on to bigger things now. We're about starting a family. We're about buying a house. We're about, opening your own business. We're about that sort of life now, yeah? We're stepping up. We're trying to win trophies. We're trying to win the Premier League title, which has been away from us for 7 years. We have not won the Premier League title. It's been too long. Since Antonio Conte, we ain't touched that trophy. We want to make sure we do it this season. And we can do it this season. But if we're having results like this, in the manner, I'm going to talk about the manner that we had a result like this, you're not going to win it. You're just not. When teams like Liverpool, Man City, and I know they've been a bit dodgy recently. I mean, Liverpool last week where they drew to Brighton at home and, they were 2-0 up, they let that go. It can happen. And I hope this is just one of those games where it happens and it's just a freak, yeah? But it shouldn't have happened. As I've said, at least if we weren't creating chances, if we weren't getting the ball to the box, if we were struggling to, pass in the way that we need to, move in the way that we need to, okay, you can look at that tactically and go, we got to change a few things tactically. But this was Chelsea. Let me put this into perspective. Burnley had 4 shots today. 4 shots. 2 of them on target, 2 of them off target. Actually, I correct myself. They had 5 shots. Yeah, I got to be accurate. They had 5 shots. 1 was blocked, 2 off target, 2 on target. Okay? Chelsea had 25 shots. 25. Yeah? 25. 4 of them were on target. It's not good. 11 of them were off target. 9 of them were blocked. 1 of them on target was the goal, and for Burnley, 1 of the 2 was the goal. What does that tell you? That tells you we're getting the ball near the box. We're trying to finish in ways we can't. We're getting shots blocked all the time. We're not thinking about what we're doing with our finishing. We're having shots and hitting them into Rosette. We're just not working the keeper enough. And the times that we did try to work the keeper today, and it actually ended up working the keeper, Nick Pope was on great form. Fair play to Nick Pope. But you can't allow that to stop you. You have to make sure that you're putting everything in your capacity to work the keeper, to try and to make sure you're getting goals where you need to. And against Burnley today, where I'm sorry, the circumstances of the game, in the way that Burnley were set up, especially at 0-0, we got that first goal and the game opened up. You need to capitalise on that. We were all waiting for the second goal. And it just felt like we weren't really into... I mean, at times it felt like we were in 3rd gear, but it felt like we were on 3rd gear on our way to a service to change the oil filter. It felt like we had... something wasn't quite clicking. We weren't smooth. We were in 3rd gear, but this drive does not feel right. That's what it felt like. Because every time we get to the box, it just doesn't feel like we're threatening enough. We are threatening sometimes, but not as much as we should. You know, that portion of the game that we had immediately after we conceded, that is how it should have been for the whole game. But it was too little too late. That performance in the last 10 minutes of trying to get a winner after conceding a goal, that is how it should be for the entirety after scoring the first goal. You got to kill the game, you know? As you know, we got to quote him here because I think it's relevant. But Antonio Conte, after he narrowly beat Vitesse in the Europa Conference League, he came out in the press conference or his interview, his post-match interview, and he was right in what he said in terms of, I want to make sure that this team knows how to kill. You know, it's not about just scoring one goal and then that's it. You got to kill. You got to kill your opponent. And it's true, that is what you got to do. You got to kill your opponent. You got to go 2-0, 3-0, game dead. That's it, finished. There's no way back, especially for a Burnley. And in the circumstances that we allowed them to score, that was just not good enough. That goal that we conceded was poor. And it's the first goal, if I'm not mistaken, in the Premier League that we've conceded in open play. And what a way to concede it. Goldbridge's curse on Burnley is actually a real life thing, isn't it? He always complains about Burnley, how on FIFA it's scripted. He can't beat Burnley. It cost him the title on his Man United career mode. He speaks actively against Sean Dyche and Burnley, and I think he's right. I think in real life it's probably true as well. It's scripted. I mean, this was just a freak. How the hell did Burnley get a result today? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand it, and I almost don't want to know. But it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. The way that we played today, in effect, that first half into the second half was good. But every time we get to the final third, it's always that question mark that pops up. It's how clinical are we? We're not. And I feel like today, in a game where you're playing against a low block, you're playing against a team that are defending heavily, you go 1-0 up, you know the spaces are going to open. Like they did, a Lukaku or even a Werner would have probably capitalised. I don't mean Werner in terms of goals necessarily, but even just contribution. Being the link. Because, yes, Havertz got the goal, the first one, and I'm absolutely happy with that goal. Great goal. Once again, Reece James on the right-hand side. Fantastic ball into the box. Great header. Was a lovely cushioned finish from Kai Havertz. Nothing against that whatsoever. But it just felt like there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough throughout the entirety of the game from a Kai Havertz. Even from, Barkley, to be honest, his first introduction properly in terms of starting for Chelsea under Tuchel, and he done well. He had a decent game. He came off a little too late, though, I felt. And the same goes for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who had a couple of shots in him today, but again, it's the same thing about having that instinct of knowing where to put the ball and knowing how to put it exactly where you want to put it. Not just shooting for the sake of it. We had players in and around that front line that took shots, but it was a case of them just hitting it. Let's just hope. When you're at the top level, when you're trying to kill games off, when you have chances, you already got to have a sort of a pre-planned sort of layout on how you're going to take this. You know, how are you going to shoot? You've spotted somewhere you want to put it. You're going to try and put it there. I feel like most of the time we have shots on the edge of the round of the box and we just hit it just for the hope that it's going to beat the keeper without actually thinking of what we're going to do with that shot. And I feel like that's why most of our shots end up blocked, off target, because we're just shooting for the sake of it. Which is weird because I look at training sessions, right? I see some of the clips that come out of training. Some of the goals I see being scored there are ridiculous. Crazy goals. We're talking top corner, top bins, places that no keeper in the world would stop it. And then it comes to a match day and I'm like, where is it? You know, the fact that Kai Havertz scored a header today tells you everything you need to know. It was just a header that we managed to get to beat Nick Pope. Everything else didn't. You know, it has to improve. It has to improve. And now the international break has come. After the international break is done, we're going to have Lukaku come back. We're going to have Werner come back. I hope that gets us going, especially Lukaku, because when it comes to scoring, when it comes to being the man up front that's going to get us 20, 30 goals a season, he is the man we expect it to happen. He is the man that we're looking to for it to take place. So I'm hoping Lukaku is going to come back all guns blazing. Same goes for Timo Werner. And we can get something clicking. The one criticism that I have of Thomas Tuchel today was his late substitutions. I have to be honest, because even on the watch long, you could see at minute 60, minute 62, I was like, okay, what subs are we making then? It'd be nice, because we're chasing a second goal here. We kind of want to kill this game off. Are we going to bring on anyone? And I said I wanted Pulisic and Mount on. They did come on, but they came on late. As far as I'm concerned, they came on a little too late. For me, too little too late. And I felt like with 20 minutes to go or so, is that enough in terms of we brought Loftus-Cheek on? That was the only sub we'd made. And then it was only after we'd conceded, we had Pulisic and Mount come on to try and change the game. That, for me, was the wrong approach. The right approach would have been, minute 65, all right, Pulisic, Mount, you're going on, kill this game, get a second goal, let's wrap it up, and you guys get good substantial minutes. Now, was Mason Mount fit enough? I think he'd be fit enough to play 25 minutes. Was Pulisic fit enough? He played against Malmo for that amount of time. I think he could do it tonight again. So I don't see a reason why we waited so long to make substitutions to get that second goal when we knew it wasn't coming. We just knew it wasn't coming. And when those boys did come on, those last 10 minutes that we had, the 5 plus the 4 minutes of stoppage time, look how active we were. Should have been that from minute 65, as far as I'm concerned. So that's the only criticism I have. But look, when you think about it logically, these results can happen. We've got to put it behind us. It's a point. We haven't lost. It's a point. The only way we get away with it is if West Ham beat Liverpool tomorrow. And if somehow that happens, and West Ham do beat Liverpool tomorrow, we'll be looking back at this game going, thank God we've gotten away with that result. If they don't, and Liverpool do win, well, it's all tight at the top, because Liverpool will be 1 point behind us. If I'm not mistaken, will they be 1 point behind us? Let me just have a look. So, Man City, because of the result that Man City had where they beat Man United earlier today, that was always going to happen as far as I'm concerned. They're 3 points behind. Liverpool currently 4 points behind. So yeah, if Liverpool do win, they will go 1 point behind us. It will be very tight. It will be 26, 25, 23. May the best team win going into the international break. When we all come back, it's going to be all guns blazing as we head into the Christmas break. Well, not the Christmas break, the Christmas period. Christmas break for other countries. But the Christmas period where it's going to get tasty, it's going to get busy, it's going to get difficult. And we must be, as one manager likes to put it, we must be prepared to suffer. Because today we suffered, and I think we're going to have a lot of suffering going into Christmas, where we're going to have to win games. We're going to have to win, and keep ourselves at the top. We've got to forget about this result, stay positive in the head, just look at this as a blip, and just go forward and learn from these sort of games. We've got to learn from these games. We've got to know how we have to shoot, how we have to be clinical, and hopefully when Lukaku and Werner come back, we can get goals. Let's just hope that happens. But let me know what you think in the comment section below about today's performance overall. Before the Burnley goal, after the Burnley goal. I mean, talking about that Burnley goal, fair play, it was a good goal for Burnley. It was just poor judgment in terms of our defending, because Rudiger kept Rodriguez on in the offside trap. And he shouldn't have. All the other defenders had gone forward and Rudiger stayed back, which is kind of shocking from Rudiger. I didn't expect that from him. But he might have just read that situation wrong. One mistake can cost you an entire result. One mistake. One small mistake can cost you a result. So look, yeah, it happens. It is what it is. But we've got to learn from it. Let's hope we start shooting and we start bagging in some goals, because this is a problem. At Chelsea, being clinical is a problem. We've got to fix it. So let's hope after the international break, Lukaku and Werner come back, we'll resolve it. Let me know what you think in the comments again. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Thank you for getting it up to this number as it is. We are approaching 94k. Can we go to 100 very, very soon? It's going to happen soon. But how soon? It's up to you. Thank you all so much. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this review. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Take care. And peace.